What is up, guys? This is Champ, and today I'm going to be doing my best to explain step 2 of the Origins Easter egg for you guys. It's very confusing, so I hope you guys take the time to watch and pay attention, and I'm going to try to take as much time as possible to explain it to the best of my ability at least. So for the first thing you want to do for this step is you're going to make all of the ultimate staffs. As you can see, I currently have the frost staff, so this is going to be the first one we're going over, of course. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your way to the crazy place. Once you're here, you're going to make your way to this light blue corner, which indicates this is the frost corner over here. And how you're going to complete this puzzle, as you can see here, there actually is this one tile that's going to be always glowing on the wall right there. And what that tile is it's a certain code. There's a certain way you can decipher this. It's very complicated, and I'm not going to really get into it because it's not so necessary for you guys to learn how to do it. But instead, I've kind of drawn out most of the patterns and what it's going to equal to. So I've tried to do my best to save you guys some time. I think I have every possible little tile that can appear there. If I'm missing some, I'm so sorry. I will try to fix that for the full tutorial, but for now, this is the best I can do. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at the tile. So say I have the full circle right there. The full circle, as you can see in my little paper, is going to be that kind of little triangle with a stick underneath it. And I had some problems here because when we were actually doing this, I'd never had this one written out before, so we had to do some kind of mathematician, and I had to have Javino pretty much decipher what the hell it meant. And he ended up figuring out that it was that one, and it was correct. So for all these tiles, of course, you're just going to want to figure out what they are and then shoot the tile above that's going to correspond with it. As you can see there, we're kind of making our way through. We have the 4 one now, which is going to be that one, and there we go.
You're getting closer. So much closer.
Now that we've completed that with the frost step, there's going to be 3 kind of tombstone looking things that spawn around the map. The first one is going to be over here kind of by Juggernog where the foot actually stomps. So you're just going to freeze it with the frost staff and either shoot it with a regular gun, or I believe there is a way you can actually knife it. Second one is just located right here, so you just shoot it with the frost staff and then just shoot it with a regular gun. And finally, the last one is just going to be over here by the tank stop. So you just right up there, shoot it with the frost staff. As you can see, I missed there, so make sure you shoot it on head on. It'll freeze, and then just shoot it with a regular gun.
I don't know how, but you were so much closer than my father ever got.
Now that you've done those 2 parts, you're actually going to be doing a universal step that you're actually going to have to do with every single staff once you've completed their kind of little challenges or puzzles beforehand. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make your way into the dig site over here and just match up the colors of these with the color of the staff you've actually currently just done. As you can see, I did the frost staff, so I want to make these all blue right here. So I screw up there, so we just want to make them all blue. Now that we've made everything blue, we can just run to the bottom here and shoot it with the frost staff. I like to call it the frost staff even though it's called the ice staff, but you guys will see why once we get this to the ultimate version. Once you shot the orb, make your way to the crazy place and put your ice staff in this little pedestal here. I will explain what to do in just a little bit. We will be back with what to do with the ice staff once we've completed the rest of these staffs, though it doesn't really matter if you complete them all in this order, but you might as well complete them just because it's going to be easier in the long run. So now we're moving on to the fire staff. So the first step of the fire staff is actually very easy compared to the first step of pretty much all the other staffs, and that is you're just going to want to make your way to this kind of little area in the crazy place where there's going to be these 4 pots on your left hand side there. And what you're going to want to do is just shoot as many zombies with the fire staff. As you can see here, I'm kind of in the corner just trying to get out of Javino's way, but only the kills that are gotten with the fire staff will actually count to lighting these little barrels up. So once you do it, all 4 barrels will ignite, and you'll hear Samantha say the following.
Don't start fights you can't win.
The ancients thought their riddles would never be solved. They were wrong. They were so wrong.
Okay, this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people, and I think I've even lost myself because I don't really know how to explain this step, but I kind of can give you the clues on how you could better understand it, though I can't really give you guys the exact method on how to do it because even I'm a bit confused on it. So as you can see, there's numbers behind you on the pillars. This is actually in the bottom of the church, so there's a 2 and a 9 there. There's more numbers in the church, of course, that are on the pillars. So then make your way to the top of the church. You're actually going to see these kind of pictures here, and the way you decode them is you use ternary code to actually decode them. So you're then going to want to make your way downstairs, and whatever your results for deciphering these ternary codes were, it's going to tell you how many times to actually shoot the torches that were above those numbers. Once you've shot the numbers enough times and you shot the torches in the correct order and however many times you needed, they will actually activate the following Samantha quote.
You have come so far. Please keep going. The journey is near its end.
Next, just go into the dig site, and in this instance, just change all of the colors to red instead of blue like we did for the ice staff. From here you can then go place your fire staff in the crazy place, and if you actually want your ultimate staff right away, I did not say this for the ice staff, all you actually have to do is just kill the zombies around the staff until enough souls have been captured, and you will actually get Samantha saying that you've completed the ultimate staff. Next we're going to move into the Wonder Waff here, so we're just going to go to the crazy place and we're going to come to where these weird pink triangles are, and what they actually are is they're actually going to represent a piano here. And if we look to our left as we're going up the stairs there's actually going to be 3 treble clefs which are going to indicate the certain pattern you're going to have to shoot this piano in, which is basically like a keyboard. So each treble clef actually contains 3 notes. They're going to be the 3 notes that you're going to have to play. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at your treble clefs, figure out which notes it's going to be, figure out where they're located on this kind of triangle keyboard, and then you're just going to want to shoot them. So the way you know you've done this right is if you shot them in the right order. So first of all, you guys need to know that the treble clefs on the wall are actually going to be going from left to right. So the first one you're going to do is going to be your far left, your second one's going to be the middle one, and the third's going to be the right treble clef. So the way you know you've done this right is if you shoot one of these triangles, you shoot the second triangle, you shoot the third triangle, and if you run away and the kind of little sparks that are coming from them just completely disappear and there's no more sparks left on any of the triangles, that means you've gone that one complete. So you don't need to do it again, you can move on to the next one.
Your bravery will soon end my nightmare.
Next for the Thunder Staff, you're going to want to return to the main world and you're going to actually want to find these little, I guess you could call them panels. They usually start sparking. Sometimes the first one actually glitches out and you actually cannot see it spark, but the way you can tell that you actually have to do something with it is it's also going to make a weird sound as well. If we go to the second one here, this is what it usually does. You'll go up to it, it'll start sparking, and you just turn that knob till you stop the sparking and you also stop that little sound.
What did we do wrong?
Also, a quick tip for you guys, every time we've actually done this, the order has stayed the same. I don't know if we've just been very lucky, but it's looking like the order actually stays the same every time. But even if it doesn't, I've shown you guys where all of the panels actually are located.
The outcome of our actions remains a...
All your effort will soon be rewarded.
Once again, do the same thing you did with the previous 2 staffs and just return to the dig location and just match all of these colors with kind of a pink color, and then go to the bottom and shoot the orb. Okay, next it's time to move on to the wind staff. This one is a bit more confusing, so I'm not going to go into the insane details on actually how to decode these, though it is kind of similar to the very first one, but this is actually going to be the correct order you're going to want to put everything in, so if you kind of just pause the video now and just follow this order, that's all you have to do. Second part of the wind staff, there's actually going to be some new orb looking things that pop around the map. All you're going to want to do is just go with the wind staff and actually shoot them. Nothing is going to change right away, but once you shoot all 3, you will actually get the indication that you've completed this step. So as you can see, that's the first one. The second one is just going to be located over here in the field, and the third one I actually do not have video of it and I'm very sorry I don't, but it's actually going to be located next to the church, kind of towards Jug, so in that little field over there. And if you guys have any problems, I'm very sorry. I just did not have any video of it. It's not too hard, it's just to the left over there, not where I'm looking, but directly behind me. Also, as soon as you complete this, you're just going to want to make your way to the bottom of the dig site once again and just change all of the spinning yellow disc to yellow and then shoot the yellow orb. Then once that's complete, just make your way to the crazy place and insert your staff. If you want to do all 4 staffs at once, that's what I best advise, just because it saves a little time. You can do 2 at one time, you can do 1 at one time, you can do any of these in any order. You don't have to do all 4 of them, you can just do any single one of them that you want, and it'll still work just beastly. So let's move on to us actually getting all 4 ultimate staffs. So we decided to do 2 at once, and this is what Samantha says once you've completed all the ultimate staffs.
Within a giant, the staffs will reveal the ancient writings. Power of the wind is yours. Soon, I will be free. I know I will. Though lost for centuries, the power of the ice staff is now in your hands.
Here's a little quick proof that this was actually step 1 right here for you guys.
For now, I may move among them, unseen and unheard.